Okay. Last time this took a while to load, so just be patient, I guess. Chair is weirdly stiff right now. That's strange. Okay. So when we last left off, we were successfully making this shape. I'm going to send this back. I guess throw it on a train. Where am I trying to go? I think this is the product, right? So these are actually both full belts, but this one is not. Wow, it's so incomplete. That means something going fed in here is incomplete. Not this. It's this, I guess? Oh, yeah. He's coming from a train. It's kind of definitely a problem, but I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. Yep, here's the trains. They're coming. They're all like hitting each other as they slow around this corner. It's funny. I guess the trains just go over so they don't hit each other. These are only carrying like one. These are gonna be like annoyingly not synced very well. I see. So I've been using these immediate stops. But really, I mean, this is a problem at every train station. I should be using the wait stop. Wait until fully loaded or unloaded. I think that's a problem I have with a bunch of my train lines. I don't super see the value of this, but it's interesting. I wonder if I could have put this on the blueprints. Yeah, so I've... What is this? What is this third thing? Oh, that must be a transfer. Alright, well, I might as well put these down. there's any trains over here. Okay. I think I got all the trains. Cool. Where are the symbols showing up at the train stop? Oh. They're showing up at the trains. That's cool. Okay. Third space level. And then 2 shop items. Okay. Unlock the next symbol. No, yeah. Okay. What did that unlock? I don't know that actually unlocked. Every time that shows up, I'm like, but what got unlocked? Like these were all available before. These were all available before. Maybe unlock like wiring things. Maybe capacity couldn't go all the way. I don't know. I can make it not show completed. That'll make this smaller. Yeah, no idea. Oh, apparently trades will show me at a glance what the recipe is. It's probably easier than what I was doing before. Yeah, these 3 are random every time. Okay, so it's actually just producing a full aquamarine, so that's cool. So we have cyan, circle, and then okay, that shapes it's not too hard. I mean, it's white and cyan, which is a little awkward. And this is more full shapes: 2 circles and a star. Mostly just a lot of white paint. I see 3 belts of white circles, and then 1 belt of stars, and then 1 belt of half circle, half square. No wedges. I mean, yeah, it's just a lot of paint, but it doesn't seem. I mean, honestly, it seems simpler than what this had required. This shape was kind of annoying to make. Alright, well. Now that we have the 3rd space level. Froze there. probably have copied this, but I wasn't sure if it would like correctly do the things that I wanted to do. Okay, so those are being delivered. I kind of want to just get done with this chapter as quickly as possible so I can unlock all the alternate recipes. Let's see. So we need a ton of circles. Like I said, 3 or 4 belts of circle. So we're using this, but okay. Well, 4 belts we can certainly get. Can we get? Is there any squares around here? Mostly magenta. That's kind of cool. Oh, there's this shape's right here. Okay, so we got this shape already exactly. There's another one right here. Train. Load. Full stop. Rail. I guess what I could do, I don't know if this really makes sense, but I'll just do it just for the sake of unlocking it. Okay, you put a spacer. Does that go under? I'm gonna see if this actually works. Oh, that thing can hold a lot. Okay, never mind. When I go down there. And then these spacers, and then stop. And then I also need to get cyan, which is what, blue and green? No, white's right here already. mean, I can go ahead and make a cyan over here and just come over here. Mine paint. So I need to make 2 belts of cyan. So that's 1 belt blue, 1 belt green. Let's see. Cut paint mix. What I do actually is I should just save this as a blueprint. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's cyan. I would like to find a spike. Oh, right here. Perfect. 1 belt of spike. It's not that long of a distance. It's long enough. Okay. So what I need here is the painters. And there needs to be like 4 of these. And then I need white paint. So there's like a couple ways I can deal with this. One is I can grab this. Now I realized that I kind of just want to take the train over here this distance because, you know, this is already a little on the expensive side. It sounds like not that much cheaper. It's like 30-ish. This distance is worth using trains. It's just, I realized I made a bit of a mistake here. I think what I want to do is I just want to do this. You look here, there's like a path. And so what I want to do here actually is recolor some of these trains. So we'll, I don't know, do red train. And then we're going to put a signal here. Red goes this way, and white goes straight. That way I can split it. Okay. Oh, I should wait for these trains. Oh, this one doesn't have cargo. Stop looking at it. Full. It's full. Where are the trains? Oh. What? What's going on here? Can the train not turn around here? Huh. I wonder how this was allowed. Okay, whatever. Or cyan stars. Then I need a bunch of stampers. Circle. I mean, I can put this below. That's fine. Circle on top of it. And then run this to the top. Circle here. And then this is on the bottom. And then circle. And these are our two shapes. Just made at the same time. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this train. Alright, first of all, this needs one more. I goof that. Maybe that's why they're not stopping. Oh, I don't have a train stop anymore. Okay. I don't know how that happens. Oh god, they're gonna get like stuck in a weird way. Oh, this train fills up really fast. Oh, I see. The station can hold more than a train here. Okay, well, this is gonna get delayed because it's fine. That'll eventually work. Now these are two shapes. I need to get them back up here. So I'll make another train station. Back up. Full stop. Some trains. Two cargo. Okay. Oh, wrong button. These are reversed annoyingly, but that's fine. No, don't go there. That'll prevent the train from working. Okay. It's all wired up. That was like ridiculously fast chapter. So these shapes are gonna be here for a while. So this is the train I actually care about. And I have to wait behind all these other trains. So I'll wait a few minutes. Because this will eventually time out and then move on. I wonder if these are actually going to finish before this, because these are building at triple the rate as this is. Distance is long though. But the space between these trains is about 3 sectors. So you're running that like waiting for full completion. The next one's more than 3 sectors away, which means I might. So I feel like 3 sectors is like the length, because that's how long it takes from the load. So they're going here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need at least 4 trains, and I have 6, so this should be plenty. Okay. Oh wait, but that's only one direction, right? Because they have to go the other direction too. So it's more like 8 trains, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I have like about a metric of how fast trains can go and how many I need. That is good to know. Each train is about 3 sectors. I think it goes from A to minus B instead of, because I guess A is just 0. Like it's A0, but then it goes to B and minus B. So A has the value of 0 instead of the value of 1. I don't know. Something about that is funny to me. I mean, I guess it's fine. It's reasonable. Okay, so this was the circle train. Okay. Watching the shapes flow. This is 1, 2. So this needs like at least 4 trains then, right? The train's stuck. No. This train's like floating. Yeah, so the silent belts have saturated, but all the circle belts are not, because this is a problem that these are not balanced. I should replace this with a normal stop. Trains will only stop if they can be immediately loaded or unloaded. Trains will wait until they can fully unload. Yeah, so they unload and then peace off. I think I need to do that because it has 2 different resources. I'm a little worried that 8 isn't enough, so I'm gonna just add 1 extra. Okay, so these are obviously like a million more trains than I need. So if I want to recover a bunch of platform, I can probably remove a bunch of trains. So I would definitely want overkill with like how many trains is needed. Like these trains are like all backing up in various places. Oh, these dropped off before they emptied, so it's perfect so far. And we have basically full belts. Assume they're just still filling in. Yeah, we see the numbers going. This number stopped. Going really slow. This is super not a full belt. This is really empty. What? This lane seems fine. It's running from here? This is super incomplete. Because this is super incomplete. I don't know how much I should worry about this because, I mean, I'm going to no longer need this pretty soon. Why is this dead? It's actually broken. Just There's not enough paint. What? This is just broken. What? This is like never worked this entire time? Okay, whatever. This really shouldn't be 2 train stations. One is definitely not going to be enough. Because you need one to be loading while the other one's unloading, so you need at least 2. I'm pretty sure it's probably a problem everywhere in the older parts. Okay, belt looks kind of full now. I'll eventually propagate, but yeah, these are totally backed up. Yeah, this is now full. Kind of. It's a train. Okay, it should have been time. Okay, so this is now full. Which means this will start being full. Any second now. I don't know why they keep seeing them pause. Like they're not running at 100% speed. But they only have 3 inputs and... all the... What? This is yellow. Yeah, some of these are yellow. Now it's green. Bro, is there only output on one lane? Whatever. It's only accepting on one lane anyway, so it's kind of fine, but hello? I see. It's getting stuck because some of the inputs are not like there. Okay. Because some of these are not running 100%, some of them are being blocked. Wait, but doesn't that create like a weird dependency loop where things just don't run? I mean, ideally that will kind of resolve itself eventually. Yeah, that seems pretty full now. Yeah, I think it just took us time though. Yeah, this is more sparse than it's supposed to be. Okay. It's getting there. Yeah, this was all running at half the speed it's supposed to. It's kind of bad. Which is why I thought the aquamarine would be done by now, and it turns out it was running at half speed, and that's why it was not done. I guess we can just wait a bit. This is becoming full. Yeah, it seems to be fixing itself. I can't. Is there like a stats page? Okay. Diamonds. Diamonds require support pins. Alright, we got the pin pusher. New technology at the shop. Alright. Pin pusher. Supports under every non-empty quarter of the first layer. Pin supports above them can be stacked themselves. Those impossible shapes with large gaps in sections elevated by multiple layers. This like really could have used a longer description of what the pin pusher does. Wait, I only got golds? Okay. There's no alternate diamond recipe. So we've unlocked a new shape. Looks like a white circle and then a white wedge. White and red wedge with some pins. Doesn't seem particularly complicated. And what is this? So it's normally it's 1 amethyst to 1 gold plus a bunch of shapes. Here it's half an amethyst and a quarter of an amethyst. So it's 3/4 of an amethyst to make 5/4 gold. So it's basically a 3-to-5 ratio compared to the 4-to-4 ratio. It's almost 1-to-2, but not quite. Sounds interesting. This doesn't seem so bad to make. It's just a white star and a wedge. And this one seems more annoying to make. So I think the way I would make this shape is I would make a mix of emerald and stars, and then I would make a mix between that shape and squares, and that would make this shape. I would have to do a diagonal swap, but it would make the shape. And then the top is just a green circle. This one seems interesting to make, and then again there's just a random pin push in between. I should just make that blueprint while I'm at it. Pin push. It's 3 to a lane. Straightforward. Pin push. Simple. Okay. I don't know, but I'm not gonna bother making the recipe that makes like the pins on their own. Just make a pin layer. I don't even remember how to do it, but I just don't have to worry about it right now. So these are already full belts. So upgrading this actually is already going to be like pretty good. Because it will triple this and this, because these are both already full belt supplied. Obviously the amount of gems I'm making is like ridiculous, but whatever. When we get to end game or whatever, I'll just say like, oh, look how many gems we're making. Okay, so this doesn't seem so bad. What about diamond? How bad is diamond? And obviously it's just a whole amethyst to make a half of a diamond. So now we have a 2-to-1 ratio. We haven't had a 2-to-1 in a while. This one's not so bad. It's just 3 shapes. You have white square, circle, and magenta wedge. This is just 4 squares, 2 magentas, 1 white, 1 uncolored. I don't even think about the pin layer because a full pin layer is like super easy. And then this is 3 more shapes. You have 2 stars and 1 circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, technically only half a lane of those two, the 2 mixed lines. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess if I just don't do it, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, it's a lot of lanes of material, but the shapes don't look that bad to make. I can also make rubies from selling these if I wanted to. Honestly, the blueprint credits is like completely meaningless at this point. So if getting free rubies would have been another interesting alternative to. I mean, obviously I super overmade like all the things up to this point. I'm making 4 lanes of this stuff. Okay, let's do this one first. So we're looking for circle and wedge. So I know we're making circles over here. The last circle in this area. There's also wedges that are mostly blue. On a wedge that's near a circle. Oh, this wedge is already red. I don't know how much I care about that. I don't. I wouldn't mind doing like 4 lanes. Which looks like would fit. Whatever, we'll use a spot. That's fine. So we got circles. Oh, can't get this here. Five. Seven. 11. Need one more. It's long enough that I should train it. But it's short enough that I can just use a small station. So, strange, pickup, fluid. Full stop. Boom, boom. And unload fluid. Full stop. And then paint. Oh, I didn't put there we go. And then we put a train stations here. How far is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I probably it's like want the same thing as here and just share the line. Cause I need to paint these white in the same way. So let's just put it right here. Okay, and I want to paint these trains. Let's make them blue. Okay. And unload. And full stop. I also need circles. Oh yeah, it's gonna stop by the circle factory. Undo. Blue, go this way. Oh, I can just do this. And load. And full stop. Oh, right. This needs... Understand. The train needs to be longer. I need to put 4 pads here and a train stop. I'm just gonna move this. Biggin trains. Do. This should be a regular stop. So that's all running. It'll eventually get here. So I need to paint all of these things. That's a lot of paint. Four, five, six. Cool. Alright, and then I need 2 diagonal swappers. Yeah, so these like alternate. And I don't think it actually matters. I can just mix them. But if I care, like I don't think the donation station cares. This one should be swapped. Wait, no, this is making 4 lanes, right? Some are backwards, but that's fine. I want to delete. Those warnings. Okay, so you have 4 lanes of this and 4 lanes of this. You want to put pin push. I want stacker. It has a symbol saying it's B. Okay. And then. What? And it just says 1. 1 can satisfy a whole lane. Okay. They're making like so much more than all the previous tiers. Cause this one didn't seem too hard to make, and I just like said like, fuck it. One thing I'm a little concerned is I'm using a lot of white paint. It's possible we don't have enough white paint being made anymore. It's possible that this pipe doesn't have enough white paint throughput. And this is like shared from 2 different lines, so that might cause a problem later. Oh yeah, look how fast it's going. We were top 6.9 for a second there. blueprint points. That's giving us tons of platform points back. These levels are like even faster than when I was doing like the first thing. Because the rate is just so ridiculous. Yeah, this shape was much easier to make than the previous shape. And it's worth more. I don't know why the game values the pin complexity so high. I don't know. I'm sure there's situations where it's annoying to do, and once I've run to them, I'll think differently. But right now, when it says like lift an entire layer evenly, that stuff is not that hard. The platform bonus is definitely going down. We're only getting 100 per. And it was like, I think 200 before I start turning this thing in. I think that's more significant. Whoa, this goes to 50k. Ooh, that's a lot of platforms. Anyways, so I want to work on gold, which is a little funky. Let's look at here. The other thing is how much of this resource is required. Like this requires a square, a circle, and a star. And then this requires another square and a wedge. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes. And every type of shape. This requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 shapes. And only 3 kinds of shapes. So this is actually like fewer shapes are required. It's fewer shapes and you get more gold out of it. That's more white and colorless, and this is colorless and green. So same as before, it's mostly just green. This was green and blue. Now it's white and green. So star, wedge, square, and star. Star, wedge, and square. Which will probably just have to be collected in different places. And how much? Look at that again. Because it is like a little... The ratios make this like really fucking weird. So we're making 4 belts of emeralds? Is that correct? Yeah. So 4 belts of emeralds. So calculator. 4 divided by 3 times 4. It's 5 1/3. Man, that's such an ugly number. I mean, I could just pretend I'm feeding it 4 lanes of emeralds so that the numbers at least come out normal. But this produces 6 2/3 of a belt of this. I actually don't know how to deal with these 2 shapes. How to make a gold out of this. This is like kind of a nightmare. Oh, this is double gold. Oh, actually, that's a reasonable recipe to make. Double pushing and triple pushing. And push double. It'd be pretty rare to use this, but it's good to have just in case. Then push triple. Can't be triple spelt with 1 P. You can let those like stack up and it'll just keep going. Okay, good. So I can ignore that for a while and just like claim it like 20 times I want later. Okay. And I need green for one of the shapes. Yeah, the green for the circle. The rest of them are colorless. Well, star, white star. Anyway, so if I just take 4 of each of these, it becomes 4 times 5 divided by 4. Divided by 4. It's 1 1/4 lane. Yeah, this extra 5th lane is so awkward. Yeah, this becomes 2 to 3. I guess I can. There's like a few ways I can do this. I can combine this twice, and then I think no matter what, I think the best thing is to split this one and combine it here, and then use this and then quadruple combine it. I could design a blueprint for this. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so I could just not use all the lanes, I guess. Like this could be 2 belts and this could be 1 belt. That's 3 of my belts. Alternatively, I could just overproduce. So you just go for like 6 belts in and then you don't get 6 belts out. Like I can have, this is the more expensive one, but I can have 3 belts on this. There's 1 belt left over for this. So you'd have 3 of these lanes and then 2 of these lanes. Well, actually it's 6 of these lanes and 4 of these lanes. But I can also just put 2 lanes here. Should produce 4 lanes and 1 lane here. And then there's just an extra lane that I just don't use. And that would just produce 4 lanes and 4 lanes to produce 4 lanes of this. Which would produce 5 lanes. So there's news. Is there any incentive to keep the factory going instead of taking down parts? Looks like required shape counts are much higher. Yes. Yeah, I can go over factory mode. So, instead, normally in Classic, it's like you have like 1,000 different shapes you're supposed to be making, and they like a whole bunch of different shape lines. Once you finish the shape lines, you just trash that part of the factory and you just keep like reusing stuff. So now, the way it works is there's a new type of material, like a new shape. Where's home? Home. It comes on this machine. There's only 1 of it in the game, so it produces. It's called waste, but it's so you produce this waste, and it just spews it out, and you have a finite amount that it can produce. There are ways to make more waste. But I'll get to that in a bit. And then you can process waste into like the next tier gem. So this produces polished waste, I guess, but whatever. It produces stone, right? And then you can then process stone. That's a weird example. You can then process stone into like rubies. And so these are like shapes like that you can only get through these like specific recipes, essentially, where like you need these resources to produce this resource. And so I have like a factory here, like building this one resource, output this resource. And like the next, and this is like in a tier of trades. So like you need to make this to go to the next tier, and they're just like in linear order. So if you want to be like making aquamarine, then you have to be making everything before it, and like with like appropriate throughput at each stage. And they also have like alternate recipe, which is cool. You unlock it like a bit later. So right now it's like the alternate recipe is always like uses like a more advanced technique, but it's like more cost efficient. But it requires like a technology that you get later. So right now I just unlocked the diamond recipe, but I can't use like the alternate recipe for aquamarine yet or amethyst. They both require like the crystal or whatever. But I just unlocked this alternate recipe. And so it's like I can choose between using this like somewhat more simple gold recipe and just make a lot of this, or I can choose to do this. Yeah, exactly. So it only kind of has finite. So there's one extra recipe, which is they have this waste recycling recipe. So you just turn the waste into stone like this. It's just 1-to-1. But then you could turn stone into 2 waste using like more shapes. So like with this recipe, you do actually have infinite. Like you would feed this in a loop like this or whatever, like between these 2 recipes plus this shape, and you would produce an extra. So like for every shape of this you put in, you would produce one of these effectively. Yeah, so it is infinite. You have to make this like recipe loop between these 2 recipes. Which makes actually like probably the only use in the game that I could think of for like the priority splitter. The priority splitter, as far as I can tell, is like basically useless in this game. I don't know, maybe there's a good use for it, but this specific combo of recipes makes good use of it, because it's like, oh, you can use this because you want to prioritize keeping the loop alive, and then any overflow gets outputted, essentially. That's how you'd want to like set it up. Anyways, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm so far finding that like this just initial supply here is like a ton, and I think that's like one gripe I have right now, is that this is too much production, like supply. I think that this would be more interesting if they only gave you 1 belt. Because this is a lot. Like this is producing like, I mean, maybe this isn't a lot of production. Like I'm going to 4 lanes of ruby, to 4 lanes of sapphire, to 4 lanes of emerald right now. And a lot of these trades, if you use just the normal recipe, it actually comes like less efficient. Like a lot of them are 1-to-1, but some are like, here, this is 2-to-1. And I think this one is also 2-to-1. So like if you just go to the top recipe, you'll have less and less gemstone. If you go on the alternate recipes, it's like more efficient. Like this is a half, well, ignoring that one, this is like 3/4 to 2, right? And this is a half, like 1.5 to 1, and this is like another 1.5 to 2. The ratios get really fucked up, but they are like a greater than 1 ratio versus the top that's either 1 or less than 1. So if you like use all the alternate recipes, you just end up also with like a ton of resources also. So like, I don't know how many resources they expect you to be making, but this amount of supply feels like just a lot, personally. I wish that this was just like one belt. Or like an asteroid. Like, I wish it was just an asteroid that you mined. That I think would be a little more thematic. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, I mean, there's definitely incentive. Like, all this old stuff I'm keeping around. The main thing I've been replacing is, so this is using the old gold recipe. I want to build the new gold recipe. And so when I build a new recipe, I'm going to delete this. And then everything that supplies this machine is also going to get deleted. So like this is going to get deleted. We're just going to delete this and this and this and this thing. So it's going to delete a whole bunch of machines in this like area. It's like kind of like the gist. That can't be colored. Yeah, you can't color it. You can only, you can't color the gems, as far as I can tell. But yeah, it's a little awkward because I'm like planning around using the alternate recipes eventually. I've been just trying to build like just a small amount. Like this is only running like a third of a space belt, while up here I'm having like 4 full space belts. So like, yeah, like I'm not like using this production. This is like entirely like idle, essentially. So it's a little awkward in that sense, just because of just how I'm personally been handling it, which has been a problem. In theory, I could be making more of this stuff, but it just requires making like a ton of all these shapes that don't, because it's like the shapes that go into this thing here look nothing like this shape. Like this is got a circle and a wedge, and this is like a circle and a wedge like mix, and then this is like, okay, yeah, I see a circle and I see a wedge, and then I see another circle. So it's got like kind of similar stuff, but it's just different. And gold is like even worse. It's like square, circle, star, and then a square wedge. And then like there isn't even like circle, square, star, and then here's a wedge star. Like having these being made is like hard to say like, oh, I'll just modify this to make this. Like maybe you can, maybe it's not as bad as I think it would be, and I should just plan like that. I don't remember how crystals work, but this is made from like circles entirely, and like this recipe uses lots of shapes. Oh no, not that one. It's this one. None of which are circles. And that uses a little bit of circle. So like making a ton of aquamarine doesn't really go into making this. It's kind of awkward. Like if I wanted to make a lot of this and then replace it with this. Anyways, I was trying to figure out the numbers for this just because this ratio is really bad. I'm kind of tempted to just not actually, everything before the ratios were simple. Now the ratios are not simple, and part of me just wants to just say fuck the ratios. I might just write this down. 1 second. So we're making 4 emeralds, right? So we have 2 shape. Shape 1 is made from... We'll supply 3 emerald lines, and shape 2 will supply 2 emerald lines, which I know we're only making 4, so it's gonna be like split weird. And then that means it needs 6 stars and 3 wedges. And then shape 2 needs two stars and 4 squares and 8 circles. Well, obviously I don't need 8 circles because I'm not supplying 2 full belts of emeralds. Because I think I only want 6. I'm making like 5 1/3 because it's 4 times 4 divided by 3, which is 5 1/3. So if I drop this to 6 circles and 3 squares, 2 stars, 2 emeralds, we're rounding the belt up. Except for the emeralds, which I can't make more of easily. Okay, so let's try to make that work. So in total, I need 8, 5 emeralds, 8 stars, 3 wedges, 3 squares, 6 circles. There is a bit of a question about the star count, because it's technically not 6 stars. It's technically, I only provide 5 1/3, and then I probably need only like 2 2/3. So I probably only need 7 stars, but I'll probably just make 8 stars for the sake of making it not think about splitting the star counts. Anyways, that's a lot of shape. It's a lot more shapes than I've done before. Okay. I might see if I can just go to one of these spots and just make the shapes out of these spot combinations. I haven't really done that before. I can keep searching for whole shapes and then train them, which is probably not crazy to do. One thing that'd be nice, the only like nice thing I'd say is making sure if I can get circles that are near green so I can paint them, that'd be great. The other bit is that this requires 6 painters of white, and I'm not 100% sure how much paint I have available. I just made a lot of white paint, and I'm just saying I will need a lot of this. Where is that? It's down here somewhere. Yeah. So I'm making 2 full belts of white paint here. I say 2 full belts, but they are clearly empty. What the fuck? What? Why are these not being consumed evenly? Okay, blue is running. It's just like green's fucked up. Maybe I should make these just regular stops. I don't know why these are being pulled unevenly. This is broken? These pipes... This pipe doesn't have anything... What? This bottom pipe isn't connected... Oh god, is this... Is this broken? It must be. I think the bottom belt is not connected to the top belt? This is yellow. This is red. I think these aren't connected. Yeah, the red is emptying. Okay, time to fix like every paint mixer in the game. Okay. What? Why is there 2 lanes missing there? The fuck? Yeah, it's all connected. I can only assume it's being supplied incorrectly. And then I need a copy, control B, paint mixer. Oh, whoops. Copy, control B. Nope, did it again. Copy, control B, right click, replace. There we go. I don't know why these aren't like evenly being consumed. Whatever. It seems to be backed up now. There's probably some like priority with which of the different launchers is going first. Is this only producing half a belt? This might only be half a belt. Maybe I messed up the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then how many does each of these consume out of this thing versus how much it can take? It says 40. I have to look at this number again. 43200 divided by 1800 should be 24. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Wait, so this is only a quarter of a lane? This looks like more like a half a lane. Maybe it is only a quarter lane. Now, that being said, that might be fine though, because this is being multiplied by 3. So it's 8 times 3 is 24. So yeah, there should be a full lane. Okay. In theory. Unless I really messed up these numbers, which is possible. It says 4 per launcher. There's 4 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 16. Yep. I don't know why this is not full. Now, these belts aren't actually full. They're like 85% full. I don't get it. They all seem lit up. But this is like only half full. What am I not understanding? This is like somehow like half the capacity? Or half of this is not like hooked up? This one doesn't seem to be running. Wait, they're all just full? But these ones are not full. Oh, is this not connected? I think it's not. Okay. So it's still broken. Awesome. Okay. This has, I just flushed all the inputs, so I have to let this run again. Okay, unfortunately, I find everywhere else I paint mixed paints, which, right here. This one spot. I don't think I did it in many places with this blueprint. Okay, I think that's it. Ah, see, these look like full belts. And now this is all working correctly. Unfortunately, I'm like fully saturating these. This spot, this spot, and this spot to make the white. So if I need to make more white ink, I need to go somewhere else probably. Like, so technically these belts aren't full, but this is only supplying 16 of 12. Like, they only need to run at 2/3. You only need belts that are 2/3 full to make full belts of white. It's 1/3, I guess, per output. So I guess in theory what you could do is have 3 full belts making 3 lanes. That'd be like the ideal, like what you should be doing, I guess. But I couldn't make full belts. I was only making like 80% full from like these spots. And see, I like really covered them. So okay. So are we gonna be gathering shapes from across the world and bringing them together, or am I just gonna just try to figure out how to turn like this nonsense into just solid shapes? Because that's also a little tempting. But alright. Circle. That's like already covered. This is also like covered. This one's covered, but this one's not. There's no green here though. It's a little annoying. And I need like a lot of green, right? Because it's 6 lanes of green. I don't think I can fit. Oh, between these two, I can get 6 lanes of green. There's also wedges in the same spot. I need circles and wedges, circles, and squares. Now this spot's right near squares and more ink and stars. There's wedges not far. Like there's half stars. Can the wedges be colorless? They have to be colorless. The wedges and squares have to be colorless. And the stars. Yeah, wedges. Okay, so basically only the circles can get away being not colorless. So this spot actually doesn't work. Because I need to be able to... It's kind of unfortunate because they're like... It's like all here, right? I mean, there's wedges here. It's a little annoying to make. But I could. Just diagonal swap 2 sets together. So circles, wedges, squares, and... You could also just use like this kind of spot to get the wedges and squares at the same time. But I don't need them in equal quantities. Actually, wedges and squares I need in equal quantities. Circles and stars are in different quantities. I can also go down here. Hmm. Just look a little bit longer, I guess. Circles, squares. These cyan? They are. We're pretty far out already. Hmm. It's hard to like find like how picky should I be? Yikes. I do need a lot of stars and circles specifically. The other ones I think I can get away with less. And green paint. So I think I do want to have a solid circle and a solid wedge nearby. And the other ones I can deal with worse. So like this. But there's no, the greens are all the way over there. It's not the end of the world. But this spot's okay. Can I make squares and wedges here? Maybe like not over here. This is not atrocious, but I think the wedges need to be colorless. I mean, they don't all have to be next to each other, I guess. So, I don't really see any good wedge spots. So, look again. Yeah, I mean, here are the stars, but the star's not clear. Here's a clear star. There's a lot of weirdly shaped squares, but I don't see any wedges. It's like a quarter wedge. I really want to have at least half a wedge. That's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying to turn a quarter wedge into a full wedge. Yeah, it kind of kills the spot. I mean, there's this spot. Yeah, maybe this is the okay spot. What about this one? I mean, there's wedges and squares right here. There's a circle right here. The only thing I don't have is the stars. I have this like 3/4 star, but I don't know if I can get 8 belts of that out of here. Like, I can try. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 max. So no, I need 8. It's not big enough. Also, can I even get, like, I don't know, a thing like this? How many can I get out of these things? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think you can get 8 out of this. At like, at the stars is the problem. This would have been a great spot. Like between these 3 things is like 3 of my resources. Well, the stars here. There's no wedges over here. So maybe what I'll... I mean, I could just get the squares and wedges and then bring them down here. There's also no paint here. So maybe I'll use this spot and then bring the stars like as a stop. Six, 7. One, 2, 3, 4. Five. 3, 4, 5, 6. I could probably get more than 8 here. This actually doesn't fit. This also doesn't fit here either. Five, 6, 7. I can make 2 of these things work, but not all 3 of these in this spot. He's actually output on all lanes correctly. Okay. I realize I can't just shift them around. Okay, I'm gonna do that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Wait, I don't need... No, I do need 8. Yeah, I do need 8 stars. Okay. Okay. Just got our stars. Let me just make sure I'm actually using the right light floor plan. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. And then paint. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Paints. Then I need to paint. Six. Okay. So those are green circles. Okay, and then I need circles and squares. So we need 6 belts here. I'm assuming I can get, but I don't actually know. Okay. Do I have a... What kind of swap do we have? Swap left. So I need to rotate all of these. Okay, so swap left 2. I need... How many of these do I need? Probably 8. Like I only need 4 per one of these things. And then I guess I can just put on a rotate one way and then rotate the other way. Oops. Then right. Why is one of these updated? There we go. Okay, so that's 3 lanes of each of these, 6 lanes over here of this. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 train stops. And the trains are huge. Total length of these things. And if I want to stop, I'll probably just go to where the emeralds are. So I don't need to pick the emeralds up. But this would be 14, 20? Train length 20? Jesus. Okay. Maybe I want to make these separate train lines and split them. I mean, all that really does is saves me the cost of the locomotive, which are pretty expensive. So yeah, maybe not. How far is this to center? Far, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it needs to be at least 8 trains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll do 1 extra. Which means we'll actually do the wedges first. And then the number of cargo is 20, I said. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. These are some honkin' trains. I'm gonna move this actually back so trains have space. Load. Train, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This length and this length equal? They are. And then put hard stop. Move this over like here, I guess. Okay. So this is load 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is too long. And then copy this. Okay. And some honking trains. I don't know if trains get slower. Why is this got circles and not squares? Where are my circles at? Oh, I goofed. Fortunately, the best way to deal with this is just to delete and replace the trains. Yeah, these are on a upper level. There we go. Whoops. So we want to take this here-ish. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times 2. 4, 8. Yeah, I think 9 was a good idea. I actually might want to do one more, just in case. Can't hurt. This did cost a lot of platform, but that's fine. We can just buy this. And now we have a lot of platform again. This costs a lot. Wow, 120,000 research. And there's another level after that? Still getting 100 platform per level, but my levels are starting to really slow down. Froze. Okay. So do I just want to unload? So I'm swapping. Oh, I also need. Oh, hold on. I need to paint the stars white. I guess I can just bring white paint up. Bring white paint here, apparently. Okay, so I need 6 painters. So we have 6 painters. I need to figure out exactly like how I want to route this. I want a diagonal swapper. I kinda don't care that they're swapped differently. Doesn't matter for this. How many of these do I need? I think just 2. I was gonna do 3. Okay. Also probably some pushing going on here. Yeah, the stars need to be pushed. Those. Probably 4 of these stackers. Wait, no. 6 of these stackers. Whoa. I also need... It's just a single stack, right? Not double. Yeah. Basic pin push. So these feed into this. Oh, that's actually all. The stars are for this. I think what I actually want to do is... just delete all this. I'll just put them right here. And B, and then stacker. Let's go to the upper lanes. Okay. We have a feed here, and another feed here. So that's everything for this shape. Wait. Yeah, that's what the swap on the left is. And then this one, it's a little more funky. Maybe I should just start running the train. Unload. Wow, that actually is still not long enough. No, that was actually like exactly long enough somehow. This spot probably sucks because I don't know if there's space. This one is stars. Is 4 enough? And then this one is wedges. Okay. Oh, this is actually a 3D shape. So this should be this symbol. Wedge, emerald, pins, white star. Okay, that looks correct. The other one is a little more tricky. A lot of circles here, so we need to mix our gems. With stars. Not diagonally. We need to swap. Wait. These need to be diagonal. So yeah, they need to be swapped and then diagonal with a square. So we need swap left, 4 lanes. I don't think orientation matters at all here. What? Oh, I see. Gotcha. And then wrap these stars over here. Maybe before I do that, I should make sure everything fits. So I need a diagonal swap. Three squares? Why is it 3 squares? Okay, so these two feed 3 lines, I guess. I'm not sure why I need 3 squares to 2. Did I like mess something up somewhere? Oh, I see. It's because this is wrong. It's like this. This is... But 2 of these don't need to run, so we can just delete these last 2. I should delete the first 2. And this produces 3 lanes. Oh. No, this is wrong. That again. now it's connected. Hmm. And these need to mix with these, yeah, okay. These are being produced this direction. So it's a little awkward that I'm going down. Trains. These trains are ridiculous. But I think I'm going to be building it right here and face these the other way. I gotta do these 5 lanes over here somehow. Okay, so this is broken. The square, square, and then it's supposed to be... There's like a couple combinations being made here that are not supposed to be made. This is not correct. Alls. What are you doing? Oops. I know that is right. Yeah.
Oh.
1 second, I'll be back. Yeah, this should be fine, because I'm swapping either this diagonal or this diagonal. And these are solid, so how come the diagonal swap isn't working? How am I getting this solid? Like, how am I getting this shape? Clearly this doesn't... I mean, is this thing really broken? The diagonal swapper still broken? I mean, this seems correct. I only see the correct things being made. Is this preview just broken? Oh, man. Like, it's definitely correct. But I think because of this path, there's some extra belts that shouldn't exist. No, this should exist. No, that's right. This just seems correct. I think the preview is just confused. I don't know why it's wrong, but it is producing the correct shape. And it's previewing two shapes that are not possible. What's the longest trains can jump? 4. It's gonna be weird, but Or I can just put these all on higher belts. Okay, so this thing needs pin pushers and stacker. Okay, so we need 6 stackers. Stacker here, 6 stackers here. And then these need to be combined. Basic pin push. Making some shapes that look valid and some shapes that do not look valid, but they're all correct. I promises. I don't know why. I mean, I could run a train from here to up here, I guess. One of these is not connected. And you look, all the shapes are valid. just rotated in 2 ways. I don't know why this has 2 shapes on here that aren't producible, but whatever. Loading, saving. In this distance, 2 trains is plenty. Okay. And then I need gold. All right, so layout's weird. Actually didn't double check that orientation matters for these. Side higher tier input outputs. Prisons are per lane basis. Each space carries 12 4-lane machines. Chase inputs must arrive on the same lane of the match to be matched. The output will appear on the same lane. Doesn't say anything about needing to be in the right orientation. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Apparently you can look at things you haven't unlocked yet. Oh no. It does care. The trains care. Fuck. I forgot. They do. The trains super care. So these are all the same. These are all reversed, right? So if I go here, I can replace this with a rotate. This thing's still confused. Okay, so these... Interesting that that got rid of half of the error messages. But these also need to be swapped. Counterclockwise. This is stupid. No, that still doesn't work. This will eventually clear out, whatever. Orientation fixing, it's fine. I should really make a version of the splitter that outputs them, that has the flippers so that these are in the same orientation. Because I have ones that I mix where I don't want them in, and some I do want. And I should probably just make a version that does. So I don't have to put this extra rotator in front, but whatever. This keeps it simpler. There's fewer like mechanics. This should be no weight drop off. So they show you like which trains are full. That's cool. Alright, these are now filling up. I assume these will eventually start filling. They're also in the same orientation, but it's not. It's like whatever. It's fine. These are still like mixed. A little bit, but I think it's running out. Belt delay is real. Yeah, I keep seeing it when it is not full and it empties. not seeing it happen anymore. Okay, whatever. This is not long enough, apparently. Okay, so now the next question for these is, what do I do about this thing? So initially my thought is just... Can't just combine this with this. The stamper. Because like I can swap these diagonals. That would be a funny way to do it. Does not tell me what it's making. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, so I can do this. So I can also diagonal swap this with itself. The rotator. There's probably more compact ways of doing this too. I mean, I kind of knew this whole time this is gonna be like confusing and trying to figure out something. That like produced. Is it producing something that's not in this? I think this diagonal swapper is like just a little bugged in terms of the preview. Why would this go red? Huh? What's this producing? That doesn't change it. So this likely works. Camels. What's that? Late. Yeah, it's good kind of late. I think this is the shape of something that will work. I do wonder if I do it with some simpler things than using these machines, the 2x2 ones. But my guess is probably not. I think I basically have to use these 2x2s. All right. Well, I'm gonna end stream there. I'll finish this up, and I'll see y'all around. Thanks for watching.